So we are going to be doing the evaluate expressions using real-world formulas. Real-world formulas. No imaginary world formulas. Excuse me. So this is what we're going to be doing now. I want you to, which of the following expressions are equivalent and why? I want you to do, how about you do BCD? Do BCD, please. BCD. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Right, because as I said, the group had 2 days to finish that because we didn't have enough time because our review, there were a lot of really good questions. So we addressed those to make sure you guys could be successful on them. So yeah, you will be doing the back. If you don't get to it, that's what I meant. You guys can finish tomorrow. Which of these following expressions are equivalent and why? Oops, that's not what I had here. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't even paying attention to getting their quiz. Write an equivalent expressions to match it. So if you have an equivalent one for BCD, do that one. And if you're completely stuck, this is worded very differently than we've seen it. We've seen this before, but it's worded very differently. Now those here, according to what you have there, if you had the number 8 and you added 2 x-rays to it, wouldn't you still just have a number 8 and 2 x-rays? Okay. Because those are not like terms. You cannot combine unlike terms. Remember, combining like terms, birds of a feather flock together, you're still going to have different kind of birds there. The birds of a feather? Yeah? Thanks. It kind of looks pretty, too. So here's what thought process you guys should be doing. So for B, you would think to yourself, okay, are there anything that has a multiple of 8 and 2 in there? It's possible that there could be one, but I don't really see one. But write an equivalent expression to match it. For B, I could write, to do the distributive property, I could pull out a 2, and that would be 4 plus x. Uh-oh. That looks familiar, right? Nope, darn, don't see it. How many people wrote that one? Other expression. Nobody? What did somebody have for B then? Yeah. 2x plus 8. Yep, that does work because of the commutative property of addition. Good. Nobody else had anything there? If you have 10x, you can't do that because they are unlike terms. So I'm going to pull out the one for here. So it's going to be 4 plus x, pulled out the 2. Then for C, I can pull out a 2 again. X plus 2x, or 2 times the quantity x plus 4. I don't see that. Oh, I do. So this one's going to be A, and this one's going to be C. Then if I distribute for D, 3x plus 12 minus 4 plus x. I have like terms with the x's, which is going to make that 4x plus 8. And I don't see that anywhere either. Should I circle my like terms? Remember that from last week?
Yes.
Good. Good, good, good. All right, that was a little bit foggy. Let's see if we can clear that up a bit, yeah? So perimeter of a rectangle. To compute the perimeter of a rectangle, you add the length and the width and double this sum. Now you've had that before, but you've just never seen it worded like that. Write an expression to do the perimeter of the perimeter of a rectangle. Now, who remembers what the perimeter of a rectangle is off the top of your head? Yeah, Amel? That's the perimeter. That's the definition of the perimeter. It is, if you're talking about a rectangle, it's a two-dimensional object, and it's the space that's being colored in red here. Okay, it's the outside, not the inside. It's not the area, it's the perimeter. Okay? Not the area, it's the perimeter. Write an expression of a perimeter of a rectangle. So we have, you add, so we're going to be doing something here, right? I'm going to pull out all the words that we're using. The length and the width, here's another key word, and. So we had the length and width, and double this sum. What am I going to do, Ms. Potter? Multiply? What am I going to multiply? The length and width, and how am I going to indicate that? So it's just going to do times 2 here? I'm going to disagree with you on that. So what you're saying is length plus width times 2, right? And what I wrote there, do you want me to write like that? Yeah. 2 is an exponent. I see where you're going. We're on our way. That is not there, but I like what you're going with. Audrey? Yes. That's it right there. 2 times the quantity L plus W. I just wrote that in there, and I didn't see people writing it down as soon as I put the correct answer. People, you should be writing as I write. By the time you're in my class next year in 7th grade, you better be doing that, because there's still 7th graders in the 3rd quarter who are taking horrible notes, and they are doing poorly on quizzes because they're not doing what I'm doing. Okay? This is an exploration of how to do this. I'm going to see if you can take a chance and get it right. If you don't get it right, make the corrections. All right? It's not cheating. This isn't a homework assignment. It's not a quiz, not a test. Okay, and also I could do, if I wanted to, I could also equal it out like this way. You can go either way because the commutative property of multiplication, but I like to do it here. I like to put the multiplication in the front. So you could do that as well. And sluggish. Okay. B. Use the expression to find the perimeter of a rectangle with the length of 0 and 15. So all I'm going to do is the perimeter. The length is 10, so I'm going to substitute 10 in for L, and I'm going to substitute 15 in for W. How many of you feel comfortable about what I just said about substituting in for the variables? Okay, good, because that's going to be what the concept of the test is on Monday or Tuesday. We'll see exactly. It won't be Friday, I can tell you that much. Okay, so I'm going to substitute in there. So I'm going to have T times 10 plus 15. And by the order of operations, what do I do first? Okay, parentheses. So I'm going to do 2 times 25, which equals 50. So the perimeter of the rectangle length of 15. That's strange that there's no units there, but maybe we're not being unit specific. So the Brits who might be watching this fantastic YouTube video over there in Britain aren't like, are they using inches? Americans. They don't use inches. Meters. Yes. Area. Here, I'll make it thinner. There, can you read that? Or do you not want me to use a teacher A? Use a real life A? Oop. There. It's been a while since I've drawn A's like that. Actually, it's been 5 years I pushed the reset button on how I draw A's. Okay? ¿Hay preguntas? Any questions? Okay, continue. Good. The perimeter. The students in Mr. Smith's class are writing expressions for the perimeter of a rectangle of side length L and width W. After they share their answers, the following expressions were on the board. Ryan said 2 times L plus W. Brittany said L plus W plus L plus W. Christina says 2L plus W. Paul said 2W plus 2L. Which of the expressions is correct? Brooke, what do you think? For whose notes? No, I did not. Nope. Papa?
Ryan?
You think Ryan is correct? Okay, why do you think Ryan is correct?
Because he's
Multiplying. Mm-hmm. Yep, he's multiplying 2 times the width and length, and that's exactly what we found, right? Yeah. Avery, is there anybody else who might be right? They're all right? I'm all right. So let's see here. Let's substitute for a number to see if they're all right. So let's just say that L is worth 2, and W, the width, is worth 1. So let's see if that holds true. So just by adding this up, by looking at it, 2 plus 3, or 2 plus 1 plus 2 is what? 5. Plus 1 is 6. So let's test this out. So we're saying that it should equal 6. So if we think that, did you say Christina? Everyone. Okay, so let's test out Brittany. So I'm going to substitute, what's our L? It's 1. So 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2. Is that 6? Okay, so Brittany checks out. She's cool. How about, let's go with Christina. 2 times 2 plus W, which is 1. So that's 4 plus 1.
That's 5.
5. Does 5 equal 6?
No.
No. Christina? Yeah. If that's the case, so, well, okay, so you want to check out Ryan to check our work?
No, I was just saying, shouldn't the perimeter equal 12? Or should it still equal 6?
No, it still equals 6 because the perimeter, this side length is 2. This side length is 1, so that's 3. 4, 5, 6. Right, well, we did this. So let's do that.
Should it be 6 or should it be 12?
It's 6. Do you see how this is 6 in the situation we just got? Where this is 2, 2, 1, 1. And here's what we did before. So let's substitute that. We have the length is 1 plus 2. 3 times 2 is 6, and that's what we said it should be. So we check out. We agree with Ryan. We agree with Brittany. Christina is mistaken. Paul, he's a cool kid too. Yeah. No. No, I did not make this presentation. Okay. How might the students have been thinking about finding perimeter of the rectangle? We discussed that. We're good. Some of the students at Herrick Middle School like to ride their bikes to and from school. They always ride unless it rains. Let D be the distance in miles from a student's home to the school. Write 2 different expressions that represent how far the student travels by bike in a 4-week period if there is 1 rainy day each week. Oh my gosh! There's a lot going on there, isn't there? Okay? Let's play surgeon. Let's dissect this thing. Yeah. 42? Okay. You already know the answer? Can we break it down so people who might not know or see things as clearly or as clearly as they think they have it, so we can break it down and make sure we got it? Yeah? Do you want to give me a first breakdown?
Okay, well, it said if there was 1 rainy day each week, and it's a 4-week period, so there would be 4 rainy days.
4? Oh, okay.
They wouldn't be bike races.
Ooh. So we have 4 rainy days in all of it. Good, so we're writing down the facts. There are 4 rainy days total. 4 rainy days total. Can you tell me another piece of information, Weber? kind of just. That's the exact same thing that Potter just said. Mandrew? Or no, Nikki. So they're riding the bike to school 20 days. Say without the rainy days. So would it be safe to say, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to write that we have 24 days? Well, actually, how many days do you go to school though? 5. So would it be 20 days that they ride to school? Thank you, sir. How many days do you go to school in a 4-week period? Yeah. 20. So how many days are you riding? Yeah. No. Hemkin. 16. Because we just noticed that we have 20 rainy days, 20 school days. Okay, 20 rainy days, 20 school days. Where's? Did I have extras? Oh, he's got one. Good. So it's 20 rainy days, 20 school days. So how many days are we riding to school? So we took care of that, 20 riding days. 20 riding days. Okay, so we figured that out. We got that figured out. Yeah. Yep, I got it. We got 2 minutes and 22 seconds. I fixed my clock to be actually timed this time. So how are we going to do? How the distance they're going to be going? What distance are they going to be going?
To somebody's house.
Right, and how do we represent that?
By going house plus X.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I'm trying.
Okay, that's all right. I like how you're going as it goes. Yeah. 16D. Yes, that's one of the expressions. That is one of the expressions. What did I do with that stack? Here it is. That's one of the expressions. I want you to do 1 through 5 for the homework tonight. Okay, I want you to do 1 through 5 on this for the homework, okay? 1 through 5, 1 through 5. Then we're going to see how you do, okay? 1 through 5 on the homework, and that's it. What questions do you have to do for homework tonight, guys? Unless your name is Nick, how many do you have to do? If your name is Nick, how many do you have to do? None. Bye, guys. Have a good day. Oh, sweet.
Wait, I was confused. Like, were you supposed to put it
Let me stop the video real quick.
I know I did this.
1 second. Let me just and show.